What is something you did when you were younger that you are still facing the consequences of? Dental hygiene. Yep. Regretting it big time now. I listen to music way too freaking loudly. I'm 37 and I absolutely need hearing aids. I'm not deaf, but if there is even slight background noise, everything sounds incredibly muffled. Sometimes I have to ask people to repeat themselves 3 to 4 times. Chose a low-pay high-stress career. Flew off a water slide while goofing off. Landed on concrete. Left hip still hurts to sleep on 20-ish years later. It took at least 10 years before I told my mom what happened. Overspending. Got a credit card as soon as I turned 18. It had a limit of £5,000 and I was not financially responsible. Cut a long story short, more credit cards, horrible cycle of debt, had to dig myself out of it. I got out of debt at 32, lived paycheck to paycheck for a while. I'm 37 now and this year is first year of my life I have savings. If anyone out there is crippling debt, don't feel hopeless, there's always a way out, even if it takes years. You can do it. Arrested for weed possession in 1996. Denied entry to Canada in 2018. I sprained my ankle on a treadmill when I was 13 and I was too stubborn to let it heal properly. So now, nearly 15 years later, I can't walk until like 10 in the morning a couple times a month because my ankle is still a wee bit fricked. Not having a good posture. 2 months of deadlifting changed mine from shit to good. I never studied. I didn't need to from elementary to high school. It was pretty easy for me, so I never studied. Now, I'm in college, and I am facing the consequences of that. I have no idea how to study effectively, and it's reflecting in my test scores. Spent way too much time alone as a kid playing video games instead of socializing with friends. My social skills were stunted for many years, which made things much harder than they needed to be. Felt kinda like a cycle for me. No one wanted to hang out with me, so I'd spend all my time watching movies instead, which made my social skills worse, which made people not want to hang out with me. Not getting enough work experience for my degree. Same. Nobody tells you the importance of spending your summers doing internships while you're in college. I thought good grades and good relationships with your teachers were enough. Not at all. I graduated in 2018 and I just jump around between internships and part-time work trying to get experience. After finishing college, I stopped playing sports. I've always been a bit on the stockier side, but through high school and college I was very active in several team sports, soccer, volleyball, floor hockey, so I had a lot of muscle on me too. I didn't do any kind of exercise, beyond just moving around for work plus walking my dog twice a day, for 12 long years. I grew fat, unhealthy, and in poor shape. I've been trying to work on that, but even when I could go to the gym I would be exhausted after 30 minutes of light exercise. I have hopes that I can at least be healthy, as I work to build up my endurance and tolerance for longer workouts, but I doubt I'll ever be in the shape I was when I was in my teens early 20s. And it's entirely my fault too. I got lazy and I'll be paying for it for the rest of my life. I started working on a farm when I was 16, worked there for nearly 10 years. The way we sort of crouched over to pick herbs for 6 to 12 hours a day fricked up my spine. I have trouble standing for more than 10 minutes now. I also now understand why my grandmother, who worked on farms for more than 50 years, pops painkillers like candy.